Good afternoon, all you fabulous people. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. Um, Code JCH still gets you a free month of Fyendal's Premium. Subscriber count up to 716. We are surging again. Thank you guys. Without further ado, let's get into the market. This should be a pretty quick one. Not too much has changed since Wednesday, but Amethyst Amulet Marvel 1 in 100 is up to $1,400. It was at $1,200. I think some just got delisted or Kingpin raised their price. Not much to come up here, but a 200 price difference is at least worth talking about. Copper Cog, the cold foil promo from Star City Games is up to 120. There is quite a few of these being run in the Puffin decks that I have seen. I think you're running more than a playset, so it does not surprise me that this is expensive. And it's even the non-foil is like $1, and the rainbow foil I think is like $5. So not too shocking here. The cold foil being the premium cream de la cream at 120 and was one per case from Star City Games. For a rare, I think $120 is a big ask for a cold foil, but if you're blinging, you're blinging. Command and Conquer. We talked about this on Wednesday. $333 for the EA Rainbow Foil. There is only two play sets left, just short of two play sets left. Two here at 333, and then it goes to 350, and then another one here at 350, and then it's 500. Not many left of these on the market. The non-foil is what we'll talk about next, but these are undoubtedly probably the favorite rainbow foil and are getting pretty expensive. I've never been so happy I picked up my set because I was really happy. I really like this art. Same, the non-foil up to 105. There's only one here with so many cards at 0%, no sales, and then it goes to $130, which is close to high sale price. So even just over the past couple days, there was above $100 selling in the market. If you are just looking for Command and Conquers, I would buy the white border or the Arc Unlimited. Arc Unlimited is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. Big Game Trophy Shot, the calling promo. You get random one of three of these. It's Chart the High Seas, this, and what's the Puffin one? Not really sure what the Puffin one is at this moment, but I won't take too much time on that. The last sold was like $60. These basically sold instantly. Not too many on the market here, up at $100 for EA Rainbow Foil Big Game Trophy Shot. Pretty rare since it's a calling promo as opposed to like a Majestic from the set. The Rainbow Foil and non-foil for the actual set card I think is like $1 or $2 to $5 for the Rainbow Foil, so I'd pick those up over this and save yourself a lot of money. Truce EA up to $100. There's one here at Lightly Played, and then it goes to 120. Not many left again on the market. This is like three play sets, just shy of three play sets, and they are going to go to 150. Truce is a generic card, EA from Rosetta, and we all know it's hard to find Rosetta right now. I think it's out of print, and I don't know about out of stock, but out of print, so watch out. Baratua Pulp EA up to $70. High sale was just $66 just a couple days ago. So it's slightly above that, but there's one playset left, an average of like, let's call it $90 here. These are, like I said, this is pretty darn good against Gravy Bones, as well as potentially any other heroes that get a lot of value out of their armor. I could see this being a Valiant Dynamo trigger, or trying to break Valiant Dynamos as a warrior main, so watch out for that. Dead Threads EA Cold Foil it rebounded just a smidge up to 228. It got down to like 211. I think this is still pretty fair at this price at this point. There's a lot of hype around Gravy. 18 have sold. There is 41 listed total. So I think there's probably still some downward pressure. Holy cow, Tyler Righteous Gaming's got 8. That's crazy. Maybe hit up Tyler and see if you can get a better deal. But good guy, Tyler. I still think he's got some downward pressure, so I'd hold off. The rainbow foil, I think, is like $70, 65. Probably a decent time to pick up the rainbow foil over the cold foil being nearly 3 times as expensive. It does look very good, though. Platinum Amulet, up to $14. These got as low as $3, basically. Just over a couple days, people bought them out, it looks like. Quite a few sales. I think this is very good with quick charge flexors if you're running that in gravy. It can be very good for a turn. But these amulets are very short printed, so when they get very cheap, I think go ahead and scoop them up if they ever get cheap again. This one is at $14. Quiver of Rustling Leaves, the quiver that Marlin wants to run is for rainbow foil. The cold foil we talked about on Wednesday went quite a bit up to, cold foil is up to $36. The rainbow foil is now $6. I still think it's a pretty fair price. I think this, it's been so long since I've looked at Outsiders. I think this one was short printed, so watch out for that. Blade Beckner Boots Cold Foil down to $10. Good for Commoner and Project Blue. $10 I think is pretty fair considering they were all the way up to $20. Whoa, just a few sold at like $2 got listed. That's crazy. Good pickups there if you're interested in those. Just earlier this week. Gravy Bones, the shipwrecked looter adult marvel is down to $270. This was above 300, just recently came down like yesterday. And quite a bit of following trend. It's very expensive. I'd hold off on this. I still think it's got downward pressure again. There's 11 sold, there's 18 listed, so a little less than some of the other cards we were talking about. But a lot of gravy hype. $268, and the Marvel goes very hard. I want it bad, but I don't want to pay the price. Regicide Rainbow Foil EA Blackout is down to $200 for a damage, or $100 for a damaged one. I'd hold off on this one. There have been no sold basically in 2 months, and I still think it's got downward pressure. I don't think Regicide is that great of a card. This promo's amazing though. Crown of Dominion, the Rainbow Foil. I wanted to talk about the Marvel. The Rainbow Foil is $170. The Cold Foil is $200. The Marvel's $400. It went down about $450, or went down about $50 from $450. We are above that high sale price still. $150 above the Cold Foil. Quite a bit of premium for the extra bling. This is the top 10, one of the top 10 rarest cards in Fab, other than like the Marvels and stuff now. But it's hard to pull. Legendary Marvel from Dynasty. $400 I think is a tough ask. Portside Exchange, we talked about this Wednesday. It was up to nearly $100. It is down to $61. Even one sold at $100. One sold at $78. I would hold off on this card still. I do think it's getting a lot of play, but still for a cold foil rare or common, this is a big ask. Plague Hive Cold Foil down to $193. This had a huge uptick from like 100. I still think it has quite a bit of downward pressure. None have sold in a month, so they're just starting to trickle down. Captain's Call Blue, I think this is the new promo one for $10. I think is pretty good. I just don't think it's seeing play. Kashi Card Shop has 21 of them, which is pretty crazy. The art was pretty cool looking, so if you're interested in that, might be a decent time to pick those up. 3 have sold today. I think this just got listed, so it should be interesting to see where that settles. Dual Threat Rainbow Foil, I think, is a pretty good pickup, especially since Ira Armory deck is on the way next month. Pretty good card in Ira in her current iteration. The Rainbow Foil is $6.50 for 2 here. The non-foil is like $5. So the Rainbow Foil, I think, is a really good deal. Anka Dragged Under, the Marvel. This is a Majestic Marvel, so pretty rare for a pull. $50 for it. It was just $65 just a few days ago. So this one's really got a lot of downward pressure. 35 listings, 16 sold. and basically one sold in the past, or 3 sold in the past week. So I think this is my favorite art for the allies, but that's just personal bias. He's also very he's good in the gravy mirror match, as well as some of the pirate mirror matches and some of the other heroes. I think he's a good sideboard ally. I don't there's always kind of a use case for him. Marlin Marvel, the young Marvel, is down to $31. Not much to say here. If you want the young Marvel, I think $31 is pretty fair, especially being 2-3 weeks out of a set. Trot along. EA Rainbow Foil is down to $50. These are the ones that are giving out at the Learn to Play booth, and I think at some places they're even giving them out for vendors. Correct me if I'm in the comments down below. Like for their merch table, if you buy X number, you can get these. I could be wrong there, but these are going to become more and more abundant as the Learn to Play booth hands them out. $50. I picked up my set. I spent way too much money. I spent like $200 for the whole each 3-pack just for the trot-alongs, basically. EA's Rainbow Foil's sick, but I would hold off. There's been no sales in a month. Gravekeeping promo. This one I think is a pretty good deal. Gravekeeping is very good into Gravy Bones. The alt art promo is $38. There's basically a playset there, and then they go up to $44. Quite a few have been listed on the private market. These are moving kind of slow. I think these are also this side event promo for the season, or at least for part of the season here. So there should be more coming available as well. But $37, or I think the entry for the event's like $20 to $40. So this is pretty much paying for your event if you're going to side events for these. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic Friday. I'll catch you next week. Bye.